First, I'm going to put a new size 12 needle into my machine. Next, I'm going to put on the 1/4 inch foot that has no flange. Take 14 of your B fabric 4.5 by 4.5 inch squares. I chose to use the ones with the beige background for this step. Lay out your 14 B fabric 4.5 inch squares with the beige background right side up. Take 14 C fabric 4.5 by 4.5 inch squares. Place them right side facing down on top of the B squares. You will have 14 of these squares right sides facing together. The C fabric is the lightest of the two fabrics, so with the C fabric wrong side up, we're going to mark a diagonal line from corner to corner using my ruler and a friction iron off pen. Repeat with all 14 pairs. Using the 1/4 inch foot with no flange, you will sew a 1/4 inch seam on both sides of the drawn diagonal line. Repeat this process with all 14 of the BC pairs. After sewing all 14 pairs, I'll use my rotary cutter and ruler and cut along the drawn line to create 2 half square triangles. In total, you will create 28 BC half square triangle pieces. On to the next step. Take 18 A fabric 4.5 inch squares. Lay out the 18 A fabric 4.5 inch squares right side up. Now take 18 of your B fabric 4.5 inch squares. Place them right sides down on top of the A fabric squares. Continue until you have 18 pairs of A fabric and B fabric squares right sides together. With the 18 AB pairs, we will mark a diagonal line from corner to corner using our ruler and friction iron-off pen. Continue this process with all 18 AB pairs. Take your 18 AB pairs and sew a 1/4 inch seam on both sides of the drawn line. Continue with all 18 AB pairs. After sewing your 18 AB pairs, you will cut along the drawn line, which will give you 2 half square triangles. Continue cutting all 18 AB pairs This will give you a total of 36 half square triangles. Now it's time to press all of our half square triangles. Using my mini OLISO iron and my wool pressing mat, I'm going to press the half square triangles towards the darker fabric. First, I press to set my seam, and then I will press the seam towards the darker fabric. Continue this process with all of your half square triangles. Using a 4-inch square ruler, you're going to square up your half square triangles to 4 inches by 4 inches. Make sure you utilize the diagonal line on the ruler to line up with the diagonal seam. My 4-inch square ruler was slipping all over the place, so I've decided to put on these little ruler grips onto the back of my ruler so that it stays in place while I am trimming up. Again, don't forget to line up that diagonal line on your ruler to the diagonal seam on your half square triangle so that you are squaring up that 4-inch square nice and evenly. Continue this process and trim up all of your half square triangles that you've made today. And that's all your homework for week 2. I hope you've had fun, and if you do have any questions or comments, please add them to the description box below so that everybody participating in the program can take advantage of any tips or answers to any questions you might have. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.